You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. DRIPS LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
All right, your 2023 LOTO Powerfest brought to you by the great folks at Shady Gators, host of the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. Shady Gators and Lazy Gators, don't forget, Ultimate Prince Tribute Band tonight here at Shady Gators, 9 p.m. Find tickets online or at the door. JH Performance Boats, custom handcrafted shallow water bay boats built with the highest quality materials. Moto Marketing Group. Dog Days Bar and Grill, open 11 a.m. daily. White Party on June 6th. The Canine Cannonball June 9th through 11th. Bogies and Beers October 3rd. Home of the Homegrown Festival celebrating 30 years June 24th and 25th. The Allstate Kuhn Insurance Agency. The Kuhn Insurance Agency has been taking the mayhem out of high-cost insurance rates since 2006. Call or text at 314-843-4443 for a quote in Missouri or Illinois before the mayhem comes for you. Be better protected with Allstate. Are you in good hands? The Hatch Restaurant here on Lake of the Ozarks. Casual lakeside dining here in Lake of the Oaks, Missouri. And Econolift. Econolift Boat Systems. Find the top quality boat system to get your boat up out of the water, protected and stored here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. All right, race fans, welcome back to Lake of the Ozarks. Thomas Yarborough bringing you all the live racing action all day long here for the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. If we could please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by the one and only Clayton Anderson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the one and only Clayton Anderson. And as they say, giggity, giggity, let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen, on the water. We've got the first half of the Formula One class looking to lay down their fast lap qualifiers here on this 4-pin, 3/4 mile course on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. Who's going to come out on top and find themselves on pole position for our rolling starts later on today in the first of 2 qualifying heats? As they get rolling there's the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. Now we're locked in on the 24, the defending champion here in the Formula One class out of Santa Rosa Valley, California, running for Clover Construction, the number 24 of Spencer Love. As you can see, we've got up there on our live stream again, even if you're here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks, tune in to F1 Powerboat Championship.com and you'll find all the live timing for our drivers here in Group A. We see there's the 59, Tyler Welch, the young driver out of Wayzata, Minnesota. Getting past there by the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. We say, Jeremiah, get out of my way. Mayo, the young driver out of Richmond, Texas, had a solid finish in the opening round of 2023. Looking to do it again here in round number 2 here in 2023 on this rough water, on this big body here at Lake of the Ozarks. As the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo goes down, let's take a look. He's got the lead right now with a 37.597. Will he continue to be the leader? He lays the first lap to beat here in this fast lap qualifier of 39.597. Right behind him, our winner from round 1. That's the 17 of Dylan Anderson with a 38.043. Who's going to lay down the fast lap here in Group A? Will they be able to secure the top spot in qualifying? Later on today, there's the 190 of Dustin Terry, the young man out of Houma, Louisiana, running for Ameristar Roofing and Dog Days Bar and Grill. That black, we call that thing the Black Beauty, a tribute to the great driver Bill Siebold, the most decorated tunnel boat driver in the world. That was his old livery from back in the 60s and early 70s with that Ameristar Roofing and Dog Days on the side. He's got one of those brand new Mercury Racing Competition 4-stroke APX outboards on the back of that brand new 2022 Hoffman composite. He goes setting down into turn number 1. There's the 17 of Dylan Anderson running with the 99 of Travis Yates as Dylan Anderson walks it across the start finish line. Can he knock off the number 8 of Jeremiah Mayo? So close with a 37.986, but Jeremiah Mayo's now gone sub 37 seconds with a 36.530. Can anybody knock off the young man out of Richmond, Texas, running for Phase 3 performance here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks? Zipping by in the 4 screen there. The 4 screen there, right in the front of the screen, is the 24 Spencer Love. Love knocks off the 17 of Anderson. He goes 37.273, moving himself up into second place. There we got a nice overhead shot of the 8 of Mayo going wide to the outside. The 190 Dustin Terry now hugging it tight down into turn number 1 as he walks it down the back straightaway. 95, 100, 105, 110 miles an hour plus as they go screaming down the back stretch here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. The 190 Dustin Terry slams the door on that Hoffman hull. These Formula One tunnel boats can turn 90 degrees and pull almost 5 G's in the corners when they turn. That's 5 times the weight of gravity being pressed upon these drivers as they try to manage wheeling these high-performance machines on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. There's the 24 of Spencer Love sitting in second position here in this fast lap qualifier with a 37.273. Can anybody knock off the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo? He goes 36.311. What is going on? This kid is on a mission today here on Lake of the Ozarks to bring some hardware back to Texas, but never mind. Our winner from round 1 with a 36.296 is your new fast lap qualifier here in Group A, narrowly knocking off the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. As we continue to push through here, just the remaining couple of minutes of our Group A qualifier. Jeremiah Mayo now still sitting in second with a 36.311. The 24 of Spencer Love in fourth with a 37.273. In in third. In fourth position, the 77 of Mike Quindazzi with a 38.101. There's the 99 of Travis Yates. Struggling a little bit out there with a 45.40. And the 59 of Tyler Welch. Struggling a bit as well. And the 58 of Jeff Kershano, unable to make it out for fast lap qualifier here in Group A. There comes the 24 Spencer Love. Can he move himself up a spot? No, as time expires. He only lays down a 37.815. Not good enough to move himself up out of that third position in Group A fast lap qualifiers. The 190 of Dustin Terry with a 41.021 to wrap up the class, and that's going to do it for Group A. Those guys are going to head back to the start pontoon. We're going to bring Group B out, the other half of the Formula One field, as they're going to try to lay down their fast lap qualifiers here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. Boy, what an impressive run there by the 17 of Dylan Anderson. He's got some bad juju on Lake of the Ozarks from 2 years ago when he barrel rolled leading the race and had to watch from the shore as that victory was taken from him by an unfortunate accident. He doesn't want to have that happen again, so he's making sure he's going to be on the inside of row one for our main event later on today. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Group B qualifying fast lap qualifier is going to look like here in Formula One. There's the 52 of Chris Rinker running for Sylvan Pontoons, the driver out of Spring, Texas, with a solid second place finish in round one. There's the 10 of Terry Rinker, our third place finisher from round one. There's the 95 of Mark Welch running for Big Bag USA out of Wayzata, Minnesota, in that white and silver trim DAC Formula One. The 09 of Whitney Terry Fletcher, representing all the women out there as she's slugging it out with all these knuckleheads here in Group B Formula One fast lap qualifier. There's the green light. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's follow the 10 of Terry Rinker around the course. Can he set the lap to beat? Oh, he backs off a little bit. What happened there by the 10 of Rinker? Looks like he's letting everybody get by him so we can find some clean water here on shores of the Lake of the Ozarks. There's the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, the young man out of Innisfil, Ontario, Canada, running for Crystal Clear Wiper Blades. Wicked Willies, the Days In, PTR Engines, and Jones Marine Design. Can the kid, native Ontario, the native from Ontario, bring back hardware north of the border here in that bright white and orange French-built Moorhull? There's the 52 of Chris Rinker, flying down the back straightaway, trying to bounce all over. Look at the waves just toss these boats side to side as they dance across the water, packing air under these 16.5, 17-foot long tunnel hulls. He sweeps it out of turn number 3. Now comes off at turn number 3. Can he lay it down? Let's see here. Grant Schubert right now with a 34.026 is our leader so far, but can the 52 of Chris Rinker knock him off as he comes walking down the front straightaway? With a 37.586, the 52 of Chris Rinker goes to the top here in Group B fast lap qualifiers. As he keeps working down the backstretch, can he continue to hold everybody at bay? He laid the lap down early, but there's still a lot of time for the other drivers to pick him off here in Group B fast lap qualifiers. There's the 94 of Wyatt. Now he's trying to get back up on top as he's now he goes faster than the 52 of Rinker with a 36.904. And now here comes the 10 of Terry Rinker laying down a 36.888. These guys are all over one another as we follow the 94 of Rusty Wyatt down the back straightaway to the north end of the course. He goes down to turn 3. There's the 10 of Terry Rinker, the man sitting out in front, finished in second in the opening round, looking to go back-to-back in the champions and bringing home the hardware on Lake of the Ozarks as he was our winner back in 2021. As the 94 of Rusty Wyatt goes walking down the front stretch. Can he knock off? Yes, he does, ladies and gentlemen. 36.487. The lead just keeps switching as these guys continue to push the envelope faster and faster here on the rough and tumble waters of Lake of the Ozarks. As the 94 of Wyatt now walks it down the back straightaway, looking to get by the 95 of Mark Welch, who's sitting back in 5th position with a 42.825. Wyatt goes sweeping it tight into turn number 3. Now comes through the backside chicanes. Slides it off turn number 4. Packing air under that tunnel. 95, 100, 105, 110, 115 plus miles an hour as he walks it down the front straightaway. Can he open up his lead even further? Not quite there. Only a 37.979. So still holding on to that top spot. but he's got the 10 of Terry Rinker, the 52 of Chris Rinker, and here comes Grant Schubert putting the 52 of Chris Rinker back into fourth, the young man out of Richmond, Texas, with a 37.284. Here comes the 10 of Terry Rinker across the start-finish line. 36.866, not enough to knock off the 94 of Rusty Wyatt with that 36.487. They're pushing hard. There's the 10 of Terry Rinker. Now we pick up the 13 of Grant Schubert, running for Backwater Jacks. JH Performance Boats and Hertz Audio as he walks across the start-finish line. Moving up into third, the 37.232. The young 19-year-old driver out of Richmond, Texas, is making a name for himself early here in the 2023 season, his rookie season in 2023. Can he turn all the heads as a rookie and find himself on the podium here in his second Formula One race? There's this 52 of Chris Rinker. Now he's moved back up into third ahead of the 13 of Grant Schubert. These guys are back and forth as they are all over one another. The 52 of Chris Rinker now coming off of turn number 4. Can he move up to that top spot and knock off the 10 of Terry Rinker? As he walks down across the start-finish line with a 36.664, not enough, but man, is this group fast. 36.627 is going to be your top speed here. No, the 94 Rusty Wyatt lays down a 35.975. We broke the sub 36 second barrier here in Group B, and that's going to wrap it up for our fast lap qualifiers. What a doozy it was, especially here in Group B, as we saw the top 5 drivers within less than 1 second of one another here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. The 10 of Terry Rinker, the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, the 13 of Grant Schubert, and the 52 of Chris Rinker were all over one another. They're in Group B qualifying, but the man who came out on top is your defending champion from here at Lake of the Ozarks in 2021, the KG veteran out of Tampa, Florida, the number 10 of Terry Rinker. Boy, man, I really didn't think that the 10 of Rinker would have been able to get on top, but we've got some, I'm going to have to circle back with our live timing. It looks like the 94 of Rusty Wyatt is actually your winner from Group B Fast Lap qualifiers. Again, we use the Fast Lap qualifying to set our starting grids for our qualifying heats. You're going to see 2 of those qualifying heats in Group A, 2 in Group B, and then we're going to take both groups, we're going to mush them together for our main event. It's going to be 18 minutes plus 1 lap here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. Everybody's jammed up, and the shores are packed. The boats are stacked up on the shore here at Lake of the Ozarks, and we are ready to rock and roll with the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. Okay. All right, up next, we're going to switch things over to the 600 and 700 class. All right, so coming up, we're going to have our qualifying heats. So we're going to keep all the boats out on the water. A couple of them are going to have to maybe go back and refuel quickly, splash a little fuel in the back of that F1. But we're going to have our 6 minutes plus 1 lap, first of 2 qualifying heats here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest, starting with Group A that sees the likes of Tyler Welch, Spencer Love, Dylan Anderson, and the rest of that first group from Group A, Fast Lap qualifiers, as they're going to go side by side. We're going to do rolling starts here at Lake of the Ozarks due to all of the pleasure boat traffic that is required by the folks that control the waterways here on Lake of the Ozarks. We are required to provide a no-wake path on either side of the race course for pleasure boat traffic to move through. Unfortunately, that negates our ability for a dock start, so we're going to do a rolling start like we normally do after a wreck during a race or a stoppage. So we're going to go 2 by 2, rolling start. All right, I do apologize. Looks like after we split the field for fast lap qualifiers, we're now going to run everybody in our qualifying heats here for the remainder of the day. So we're going to see all 15 drivers out here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks duking it out to try to get that inside row 1 position for our main event later on this afternoon. You know, the 2023 LOTO Powerfest has a lot of great people that make this possible. First and foremost, I want to thank all the great volunteers for LOTO Powerfest. You are the backbone of these types of events. You are the reason that these events do as well as they do. So if you see anybody in those bright green volunteer shirts, make sure you shake their hand and tell them thank you, because you're having a good time, because they're here making sure that everything is safe and everybody has the best time possible. So a big shout out to all the great volunteers here at the LOTO Powerfest. And we'll be right back with more from Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest coming up right after this.
VP Racing Fuels has been the official fuel of racing for over 45 years. But VP isn't just race fuels. VP offers a wide range of oils, additives, and our new Stay Frosty coolants to help keep your street car, tow vehicle, or weekend warrior running at its best. VP products are engineered to keep your vehicle running smooth and looking great for your daily commute. With our octane boosters, fuel treatments, and quick detailing products. Explore VP's full product line at vpracingfuels.com.
Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show.
The convenience of it is what makes it awesome. Use the boat twice as much.
I've had these touchless covers for about 3 years now. I have them on all 3 boats here on the dock.
We don't have to constantly clean spiders off of our boats.
I'm able to come out by myself, raise them up, put them back down. They've made all the difference for me.
The great folks at Racing Communications, their radios for racing. Seabold Sports, hometown right here in Osage Beach, Missouri. Seabold Sports, bringing you world-class champion powerboat racing since 1939. Camden on the lake. Camden is the newest and most luxurious full-service resort on the lake. The 84-suite, 34 deluxe room hotel is located adjacent to the Toad Cove Entertainment Complex at the 7-mile marker on Lake of the Ozarks and covers over a quarter mile of lakeshore. Don't forget your next stop here at Lake of the Ozarks. Check out Camden on the lake. ProServe, helping transform businesses through the management of your daily technology services. With decades of service experience, a real-world understanding of business, and comprehensive expertise in business technology, ProServe is the perfect solution to optimize your information lifecycle, to professionally and passionately serve people with exceptional effort that inspires optimism and growth for their company and customers in their community. The Tri-County Central Missouri Tri-County Lodging Association, the destination marketing organization for the lake area counties of Camden, Miller, and Morgan, whose mission is to promote the Lake of the Ozarks for leisure travel, group business, and sports tourism. Elite Roofing and Siding, your friendly neighborhood roof, siding, and gutter specialist. Storm damage repair, new residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutters. Voted best roofer at the lake for 2023. Proudly serving the lake area for more than 20 years. Master Tech Marine, your resource for all MerCruiser outdrive rebuilds and upgrades. Repairing Bravos, specializing in MerCruiser high performance and Speedmaster outdrive machines. Check them out at MasterTechMarine.com. WIA Insurance. Marine Insurance, the Midwest #1 machine insurance agency, insuring anything from high-performance boats, cruisers, personal watercrafts, and tri-tunes. Call them today at 573-302-0001. Right on. We can. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway here in Formula One qualifying. On the inside of row one, the 10 of Terry Rinker. On the outside of row one, it's the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. And then it's the 17 of Dylan Anderson, followed by the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo and the 13 of Grant Schubert. As they continue to push down the backstretch, it's the 10 of Terry Rinker starting to open up a lead over the 94 of Rusty Wyatt as they go down to the north end of the course. Now getting doused down there is the 17 of Dylan Anderson as he sits up in 3. Now coming up on his outside hip is the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. As they go out of turn number 4, wide to the outside, the 94 Rusty Wyatt trying to find some clean water, but out in front, the KG veteran out of Tampa, Florida, running for Phase 3 performance, the 10 of Terry Rinker, looking to go back-to-back here in 2023. As the 10 of Rinker starts to open up a bit of lead over the 94 Rusty Wyatt, we got a battle going for third. As the 10 of Rinker continues to push away from the field here, we got a battle cooking for third as the 17 of Dylan Anderson tight to the inside. The 8 of Jeremiah Mayo right on his outside hip as they walk it down to the north end of the course. Down into turn number 3, hugging it tight, the 17 of Anderson. The 8 of Mayo going wide to the outside. Now Anderson pushing him to the outside, trying to scrub up that water and keep him at bay here as they slug it out for third place here in the opening qualifying heat here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship, round 2 here at LOTO Powerfest 2023. Well, Anderson goes way wide to the outside, really causing confusion on the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. He didn't know where he was going, and that allowed now a 3-boat length lead between the 17 of Anderson and the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. As we see him go down back into the north end of the course, the 17 of Anderson started to open up a little bit over the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo as he gets down into the wash, hugging it tight off the turn now, trying to find that clean water. The 17 of Dylan Anderson continuing to push down to the south end of the lake. He goes wide off at turn number 1. 8 of Mayo's got to go even wider. Now he's trying to get a good run, build up the speed coming off at turn number 2 to try to track down the 17 of Dylan Anderson as they continue to push hard with the 94 of Rusty Wyatt in second and the 10 of Terry Rinker out in front, looking to put the first boat a lap down here in this first 6-minute plus 1 lap qualifying heat here on the Formula One Series. There's the 52 of Chris Rinker looking to go get around the 13 of Grant Schubert as they go side by side trying to fight for 5th and 6th position. The 13 of Schubert on the inside. Look at him tail that Formula One. 105, 110, 115 miles an hour. There's the 52 of Chris Rinker, the McLean trailers. Sylvan Pontoons machines on that outside lane, but he just does not have an answer for the young driver out of Richmond, Texas as they continue to fight. The 13 of Grant Schubert tight to the inside. The 52 of Chris Rinker going wide on his outside hip. As they continue to fight hard, look at him bouncing on the outside there. There behind them is the 24 of Spencer Love sitting back in 6th position. Apologize, our running order here is a little bit off with the 13 of Grant Schubert sitting in 4th position there, not way back in 10th position. Looks like we might have an issue with his transponder out there, but he's fighting hard against the 52 of Chris Rinker. As they're pushing hard down the back straightaway, Rinker on his outside hip. 13 of Schubert looking to go pin to pin, short way around the course as they walk it down to the north end. Schubert hanging on for dear life in the rough and tumble waters here at Lake of the Ozarks. We got a battle going, and you see, he goes doused through the wash and just hammers down and throws it down to the inside as he's walking out to the tail. Can the 52 of Chris Rinker, the man who took second in our opening round in Port Neches, find a way to get by the 13 of Grant Schubert, the young gun out of Richmond, Texas? There's the 24 of Spencer Love sitting back in 6th, 7th of 77 of Mike Quindazzi. And the rest of the field. All right, let's go. We take a look at our leader, the 10 of Terry Rinker. We picking him up there, coming across the start-finish line. Holding tight with him is the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. Then there's the 17 of Dylan Anderson, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo, the 13 of Grant Schubert, and the 52 of Chris Rinker. We've got all of our top 6 boats within a half a lap of one another here as we get into the last minute and a half plus 1 lap here in the opening qualifying heat in Formula One here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. There's the 13 of Grant Schubert pushing it hard now back off of 4. There's the 52 of Chris Rinker. Just does not have an answer for the young man out of Richmond, Texas. Just continues to pull away from him every time he gets close. It seems like the 13 of Grant Schubert finds another gear, lays the hammer down, and walks away from the man out of Spring, Texas, running for Sylvan Pontoons. All right, coming up on the white flag here, there's our leader, the 10 of Terry Rinker. He started on the inside of row 1 and is looking to go wire to wire here in the opening qualifying heat as he pushes it hard down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 3, now coming out of turn number 4, looking to eye up the 99 of Travis Yates. And we see the white flag, green flag goes down, white flag comes out. Go fast, turn left, just 4 more times for the veteran out of Tampa, Florida, looking to bring some valuable qualifying points and position back to the pits for the Phase 3 performance team of him and Jeremiah Mayo. So we take a look at Phase 3 performance now sitting in 9th. What happened to the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo? He's not back in 9th. Or maybe he is. Obviously something happened to the young man out of Richmond, Texas. There's the 99 of Travis Yates letting the 10 of Terry Rinker go by down on the north end of the course as he walks it out of turn number 4. Coming down, you see that checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the opening qualifying heat here in Formula One out of Tampa, Florida. Running for Phase 3 performance, number 10, Terry Rinker. In second with a valiant effort, running out for crystal clear wiper blades and days in out of Innisfil, Ontario, Canada, the number 94 of Rusty Wyatt. And rounding out the podium, running for Anderson Marine, the number 17 of Dylan Anderson. Take a look at the rest of the field. In 4th position, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. In 5th, the 52 of Chris Rinker. In 5th, the 13 of Grant Schubert. In 6th, the 52 of Chris Rinker. Then followed by the 24 of Spencer Love, the 77 of Mike Quindazzi, the 190 of Dustin Terry, the 99 of Travis Yates, and the 95 of Mark Welch. Obviously, we had a bunch of guys struggle to get out on the water there with this very tight schedule. 4 scratches in our opening qualifying heat. Let's hope those guys can get back out on the water for qualifying heat number 2.
There's only one place to catch all the best action in sports. Wicked Willie's Sports Grill. With 31 TVs, 3 projection screens, and an all-new virtual golf lounge and shooting range simulator, there's no sports bar quite like Wicked Willie's. Come in and enjoy watching your favorite game at the bar or getting cozy in our lounge seating while you dine on some award-winning Wicked Wings. Our dining room is open daily. Wicked Willie's and LOZ Golf. It's wicked good.
All right. More of our great sponsors here bringing the 2023 LOTO Powerfest and the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. Excel Sports, official apparel provider of the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. Your passion drives us to excel. Seaway Marine, your one-stop dealership for current and vintage outboard and stern drive parts. They specialize in hard-to-find and no longer available new old stock for Johnson, Evinrude, Yamaha, Gale Force, Chrysler outboards. Make Seaway Marine your first call or text for all your marine part needs. 425-412-4006 or online at seawaymarine.com. Backwater Jacks. Open 11 a.m. Daily specials Monday. Crabby Old Mondays. Specials on crab buckets and frozen rum runners. Tuesdays, Tequila Tuesdays. They've got wings, oysters, canned beer, Zero Ducks. Given pool party on May 27th through July 1st. Live music Wednesday through Sunday. Check out Backwater Jacks. Marine Max. Offering the finest brands, Marine Max will help you find the boat that's right for you. Teach your family how to use it and show you how to have fun. Find them online at marinemax.com. EXP Realty. The Ed Schmidt team provides can help you find the best condo and give you the most exposure for land, commercial real estate experts. Save thousands through professional contract negotiations, professionally shot videos, and more from the great EXP Realty Ed Schmidt team. Performance Boating Center. Performance Boating Center has 2 locations here, one at Lake of the Ozarks as well as in Florida. The Osage Beach 21-mile marker. Check them out at performanceboatingcenter.com for manufacturing to sales, service, parts, and rigging. Performance Boating Center will put you first and get you out on the water where the real fun begins. Quirk Hard Seltzer. Real fast boats meet real fruit flavor. Quirk is the lake's hard seltzer made in Missouri with real fruit juice. Enjoy the perfect summertime taste for fan favorites, raspberry rocket pop and cherry blossoms and lime. Quirk Hard Seltzer. And welcome back, race fans, to the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. You know, we couldn't do it without great sponsors like Prestige Pergolas. Prestige Luxury Pergolas, the manufacturer and distributor of the finest luxury Sundance all-weather pergola and progressive screens for all of Missouri, Southern Illinois, Eastern Kansas. Their products are world-class and second to none. They sell shade. If second best will not do, please visit their website at prestigepergolas.com and see what they've got for you. Country Financial and Dustin Cox Insurance. If you have to file a claim, you don't want any surprises, call Dustin Cox, your local Country Financial agent in Osage Beach today at 573-556-6284 to chat about your home insurance. Our sponsors are so important to us every year, wherever we are across the United States racing here, and we couldn't do it all the phenomenal sponsors here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. We're going to get the offshore boats off the water, and we're going to have the Texas Tri-Hulls back out for their first qualifying heat. It's bumper boats at 65 miles an hour. It's the 2023 LOTO Powerfest here at Shady Gators and Camden on the lake. Mile marker 7, Lake of the Ozarks. Don't forget, check out Mix 92.7 for all your live racing over the radio while you're on your boat out on the beautiful water here at Lake of the Ozarks. And what a beautiful day. The breeze is picked up, keeps that sticky, hot feeling of 90 degrees at bay a little bit here at Lake of the Ozarks. But look at the crowd of boats we've got stacked up here on the shores watching all the racing here, and we've got the Texas Tri-Hulls out on the water as we're just moments away from their first qualifying heat here. Will the 17 of Neil Marsh, your defending series champion, be able to start it off like the 10 of Terry Rinker did in his opening qualifying heat in Formula One? Or will it be the likes of the scary Jerry Rinker, the 79-year young driver out of Spring, Texas? We're about to get ready and underway here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. All right, let's take a look at our starting order for qualifying heat number 1 here in Texas Tri-Hull. Starting on the inside of row 1, out of Richmond, Texas, running for JH Performance Boats, the number 13 in that gray and orange machine of Grant Schubert. On the outside of row 1, in the 63 mean green machine, the number 63 of Aaron Green. On the inside of row 2, the man who's 79 years young, running for Rinker's Boat World, running that 100 cubic inch Johnson, the number 10 of Scary Jerry Rinker. On the outside of row 2, in that John Deere green JH Performance machine out of Ace City, Texas, the number 33 of John Ottinger. On the inside of row 3, in that one of 2 Mercury 4-stroke machines, that's the 85 out of Richmond, Texas of Clint Dillard. On the outside of row 3, another portion of the Rinker Racing team, running for McLean Trailers, the number 52 of Tanner Rinker. Then it's the 26 of Bryston Sherman, the 17 of Neil Marsh, your defending champion from 2022, and wrapping up the 37 of Mason Rinker and the 69 of Cole Mullet Waring. As they come out of the north end of the course in front of Camden on the lake, Jared Whitehead, part of our rescue crew. We call him Jet Ski Jared, running the pace boat duties here in Texas Tri-Hull as they come out of the north end of the course in turn number 2. Run a 2-pin bumper boats at 65 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready to get on the edge of your seat because the bumper boats are about to do some damage here on Lake of the Ozarks. As Jet Ski Jared gets them all lined up side by side, he peels off. We're looking for the green flag. There we go. Green flag is down. Go, go, go. Here we go. Texas Tri-Hull racing underway at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. The inside of row 1, the 13 of Grant Schubert, going side by side with the 33 of John Ottinger. Here comes the 17 of Neil Marshall. Look out, the dude getting airborne, coming down the front straightaway as they go 4 wide into turn number 1. The 13 of Grant Schubert makes it out unscathed with a great jump there by the 52 of Tanner Rinker. The 33 of John Ottinger holding hard on the outside there in 3rd position. And the 17 of Neil Marsh, the dude, coming from 2nd to last on the grid, all the way up to 4th here in the opening lap. as they go down into turn number 2. The 13 of Grant Schubert still fighting hard with the 52 of Tanner Rinker. The 17 of Neil Marsh now has moved up to third position as he's trying to take home some more hardware back to Hemlock, Michigan as they go down into turn number 1. Nose to tail down into turn number 1. The 17 of Neil Marsh running for Sefton Financial, Riversong Lodge, B-Blades, Grandpa's Garden, Maple Grill, Studio 46, and Warden Brothers Farms, trying to do the folks in Michigan proud and bring back some hardware to Hemlock. But right now it is all Grant Schubert at 13. Mercury High Performance 4-stroke on the back of that JH Performance. Hertz Audio Machine. Now here comes the 17 of Neil Marsh wide to the outside as he's got a battle with the 52 of Tanner Rinker. As they go down into turn 1, Rinker slams into the 17 of Marsh. Spins out a little bit, loses some speed, and now Marsh is looking to track down our leader, the 13 of Grant Schubert, as they go down the back straightaway. There we got a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th between the 37 of Mason Rinker, the 85 of Clint Dillard, the 10 of Jerry Rinker almost blows it over down the back straightaway, and the 33 of John Ottinger. Our leader, the 13 of Grant Schubert's got a rear view mirror full of the 17 of Neil Marsh. Can he hold off the hard-charging man from Hemlock, Michigan, who's looking to defend his series championship here in 2023? He brought the title home to Michigan from round 2 in Port Neches, Texas. Can he do it again here at the Lake of the Ozarks? As he goes wide to the outside, looking to track down the young man in this 7-lap qualifying heat here in Texas Tri-Hall. Schubert's pushing hard. Oh, look out there down to the south side of the course, spinning out the 52 of Tanner Rinker. Now he's duking it out with his brother, the 37 of Mason Rinker, as they go down the front stretch. We got battles all over the course. The battle for 3rd and 4th. On the outside, the 37 of Mason Rinker. On the inside, the 52 of Tanner Rinker. But we lost the 10 of Jerry Rinker. We lost the 85 of Clint Dillard. We've lost like half the field here. These guys are having all sorts of trouble here on the rough water of Lake of the Ozarks. The 52 of Tanner Rinker, the 37 of Mason Rinker. Brothers slugging it out down there as they go to the north end of the course, near the Camden on the lake. 52 of Tanner Rinker goes wide to the outside. Now here's our leader, battling with the 17 of Neil Marsh. They're going to get up deck to deck, side by side as they come down the south end of the course. Down into turn number 1. Ooh, the 17 of Marsh sweeps it right off the tail, almost taking off the motor on the back of that JH Performance Tri-Hall. Oh no, the 52 of Tanner Rinker and the 37 of Mason Rinker get together, but we got a battle here in the remaining 2 laps for that top spot here in Texas Tri-Hall qualifying. The 17 of Neil Marsh now on the outside hip of the 13 of Grant Schubert, looking to make a move as they go down the front stretch, pushing hard. He's going to size him up and go side by side. Oh, he gets airborne coming down the front stretch. He's giving it everything he got going down to the corner. He so badly wants to go wire to wire here and take home the checkered flag, but he's got to do it right out the gate if he wants to go wire to wire all weekend long, and I don't know if he's going to have enough. As we're going to see these guys make their way down towards the Camden on the lake end of the race course. The 13 of Schubert, now here's this move. The dude goes down to the inside as the white checkered flag comes out. By a nose, the 13 of Grant Schubert takes the checkered flag. No, it's the 17 of Neil Marsh by 15 one-thousandths of a second. The 17 of Neil Marsh looks like he'd unofficially taken home qualifying heat number 1 here in Texas Tri-Hall. What a doozy that was. What a battle between the 17 of Neil Marsh and the 13 of Grant Schubert as they were deck to deck, side by side, all over one another down here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. Boy, that was such a close race. We got to go under official review here to figure out who was the champion in the open qualifying heat in Texas Tri-Hall. What a battle that was between the 17 of Neil Marsh and the 13 of Grant Schubert. And we had another great battle for 3rd position between the 37 of Mason Rinker and the 52 of Tanner Rinker. And it looks like the 17 of Neil Marsh might have just narrowly beat the 13 of Grant Schubert to take home the first of two qualifying heats here. We're waiting for our scoring and referee crew to take a look at the official results. All right, it looks like the 17 of Neil Marsh was unable to get by the 13 of Grant Schubert. So take in the checkered flag, and your winner of qualifying heat number 1 in Texas Tri-Hall, the young man out of Richmond, Texas, running for JH Performance Boats and Hertz Audio, the number 13 of Grant Schubert. In second, the 17 of Neil Marsh, followed by the 52 of Tanner Rinker, the 37 of Mason Rinker. In fifth position, the 85 of Clint Dillard. In sixth, the 69 of Cole Mullet-Waring. Seventh, the 33 of John Ottinger. Eighth, the 26 of Bryson Sherman. And rounding out the field, the 10 of Scary Jerry Rinker. 11th, the 63 of Aaron Green. We had a lot of mechanical issues with some of our drivers there. They're in the back half of the field there in Texas Tri-Hall, but what a battle we had for first and second and third and fourth. What a great race that was, as it always is in Texas Tri-Hall here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. We're going to get the Texas Tri-Halls off the water, and we're going to be back with more offshore racing here at the 2023 Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest. More coming up right after this.
There's a certain magic here, one that can't be found anywhere else. You don't have to look all that hard to find it. It's on the flag-lined streets, in the packed pubs on game day, on the worn-down birds on bats, on cars, and on windows. It's in every memory, every celebration. Yeah, there's magic here in Cardinals Nation. Can you feel it?
Sign up for Cardinals checking with Central Bank and get a 2013 League Champions jersey and 2 game tickets. See bank for details.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. DRIPS LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
Our great series sponsors here on the 2023 Formula One Powerboat Championship Series, JH Performance Boats. Custom handcrafted shallow water bay boats built with the highest quality materials. Moto Marketing Group. Kevin Piles, owner of Moto Marketing Group, has been branding boats, bars, and race teams and more starting right here at Lake of the Ozarks back in 1990. Websites, logos, trucks, trailers, boats, graphics, and more, including the F1 Powerboat Championship Series. He can do it all at Moto Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your motorsports marketing needs. Shady Gators, host of the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. And don't forget the Ultimate Prince Tribute Band tonight right here at Shady Gators at 9 p.m. Find tickets online or at the venue here. Again, the Ultimate Prince experience starting at 9 o'clock tonight. Dog Days Bar and Grill, open 11 a.m. daily. Wildfire Saturday, DJ Taz. 1 p.m., Fat Mike and the Bartenders. 9 p.m. Sunday, Randall Shreve at 2 p.m., celebrating 30 years this June 24th and 25th. Dog Days Bar and Grill. The All-State Coon Agency. The Coon Insurance Agency has been taking mayhem out of high-cost insurance rates since 2006. Be better protected with Allstate. Are you in good hands? The Hatch. Let's take a look at our lineup here in qualifying heat number 2. Starting on the pole, on the inside of row 1. On the inside of row 1, out of Richmond, Texas, running for JH Performance Boats and Snap-on Tools, the number 99 of Travis Yates. On the outside of row 1, out of Houma, Louisiana, running for Dog Days Bar and Grill and Ameristar Roofing. The number 190, the Dustman, Dustin Terry. Third on the start pontoon on the inside of row 2, out of Santa Rosa Valley, California, the number 24 of Spencer Love. On the outside of row 2, in the Sylvan Pontoons McLean Trailers machine, the number 52 of Chris Rinker. In 5th position on the inside of row 3, the 13 of running for Backwater Jacks of Grant Schubert. On the outside of row 3 in that 6th position for phase 3 performance, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. In 7th, the 17 of Dylan Anderson. 8th off the start pontoon, the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, runner for Days Inn and Crystal Clear Wiper Blades and Wicked Willies. And then in 9th, the 10 of Terry Rinker, followed by, in 10th, the number 77 of Mike Quindazzi. In 11th, the number 12 of Sean Love, who didn't start in qualifying heat 1, followed by the 59 of Tyler Welch, the 09 of Whitney Fletcher, the 95 of Mark Welch, and the 58 of Jeff Cresciano, as we had a lot of drivers struggle to get their packages ready to go for our first qualifying heat here earlier on this afternoon. But we've got them lined up 2 by 2 and ready to rock and roll here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. As our pace jet ski comes off of turn number 4. Once you see him start to peel off the course, watch for the green flag as they come down the front stretch. He's got right near that yellow flag. They're going to look for that Doug Ray, our chief referee, to drop the green flag, and we're getting ready to rock and roll here for qualifying heat number 2. Jet ski Jared pulls off. We're waiting for it. He drops the flag, and here we go. They come roaring to life on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. Look at the 24 of Spencer Love take off, as well as the 190 of Dustin Terry and the 52 of Chris Rinker as they go. It is an absolute wall of water down there. It through turns 1 and 2. The 24 of Spencer Love able to get out in front early on here in qualifying heat number 2. Battle there, right side by side. That's the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, 77 of Mike Quindazzi, and the 17 of Dylan Anderson. There comes the 10 of Terry Rinker up into the mix. Remember, the 10 of Rinker went wire to wire, and he won. He's got to come from all the way at last, all the way through the field. The 52 of Chris Rinker now gets by the 190 of Dustin Terry, and he's going to duke it out with the 24 of Spencer Love as they go down into turn number 1. Off turn 1, Spencer Love on the inside, then it's the 190 of Dustin Terry. Oh, way wide to the outside goes the 13 of Grant Schubert and the 77 of Mike Quindazzi. The 99 of Travis Yates stand tight to the inside as we got them all mushed up there in an absolute wad from 3rd to 7th back on the backstretch here in the 2nd of 2 qualifying heats in Formula 1. Nice run there by the 77 of Quindazzi. Stand tight to the outside, holding off the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. But here comes the 52 of Chris Rinker. He blows the doors off the 24 of Spencer Love. And we've got a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. The Sylvan Pontoon-sponsored machine out of Spring, Texas. With the 52 of Chris Rinker behind the wheels, out in front now on your leader here in qualifying heat number 2. As he continues to push to find clear water. It is getting really rough out there here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. The 52 of Chris Rinker now starting to open up a lead over the 52, over the 24 of Spencer Love. He's flumps flying. There's the 13 of Grant Schubert battling out with a 94 of Rusty Wyatt and the 77 of Quindazi. Quindazi doing a nice job hanging on to 5th position here. Can he get by the 13 of Grant Schubert? As Quindazi goes down into turn 1. Tight to the inside. Schubert on his outside hip. Just out in front of him trying to find some clean water as he pushes the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, who's sitting back in 6th, through the spray and forces him to cross to the outside. There's the 13 of Grant Schubert. Running hard down into turn number 3. Sets it off at turn 3. Now looking to catch the 190 of Dustin Terry of that APX competition Mercury 4-stroke machine. Sweeping it off the tail there now, walking it down the outside. The 13 of Grant Schubert, then way wide to the outside in 5th position. There's a 77 Buckshot racing a Mike Quindazi. He pushes hard down the front stretch. Now he's trying to get by him. Can the 13 of Grant Schubert move up into 3rd position and get by the 190 of Dustin Terry? Terry says, I don't think so, young man. Slams the door shut, and away he goes down the back straightaway down into turn number 3. Boy, the 24 of Spencer Love and the 52 of Chris Rinker really starting to open up a lead over the rest of the field. There's our leader, the 52 of Chris Rinker. He's got about a half a straightaway lead over the 24 of Spencer Love. And now they both get by the 95 of Mark Welch. That Big Bags USA machine is struggling a little bit here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. His first race of 2023. Mark, a part-time participant on the Formula 1 Powerboat Championship Series, but we've got a battle there. Side by side was the 190 Dustin Terry. Now there's the 99 of Travis Yates and the 59 of Tyler Welch as they're doing battle, sitting there fighting for the top 10 as Yates is able to get by the 59 of Tyler Welch and that Prestige the 59 of Tyler Welch in that Ozark Touchless Covers Baba machine. That's an Italian-built boat flown over from Italy about 4 or 5 years ago. And the 59 of Tyler Welch just getting back into tunnel boat racing after being a part of the CMR. Oh, look out there. The 77 of Mike Quindazi almost goes up on the deck of the 13 of Grant Schubert as they come down the front straightaway, still all wadded up as they are just doing battle with one another here for every position on the race course. From 2nd to 12th, they are all fighting it out and fighting as hard as they can here on shores of Lake of the Ozarks. There's the 77 of Quindazi. He's sitting in 5th position, but he does not have an answer for the young driver out of Richmond, Texas. And he's got to watch out because if he fights too hard with the 13 of Schubert, that 94 Days In machine and Backwater Jacks, Dog Days of Rusty Wyatt is going to come hard charging and scoot right by the 77 of Quindazi if he doesn't watch out. And then there's the 17 of Dylan Anderson. Geez, Dylan Anderson's way back in 7th position. This is your winner from the opening round. Finished 2nd in heat number 1, and behind him is the 10 of Terry Rinker. Terry Rinker thought he was going to have no problem going through the field when we talked to him earlier, and that has absolutely not been the case. But it is all about Chris Rinker right now, our leaders way out in front. We've got less than 1 minute plus 1 lap remaining in this final qualifying heat here in Formula 1. In first, it's the 52 of Chris Rinker and that bright yellow Sylvan Pontoons machine, followed by the white and black Clover Construction of Spencer Love. Then the 190 of Dustin Terry, the 13 of Schubert, the 77 of Quindazi, the 94 Crystal Clear Wiper Blades, Days In, Wicked Willie's machine of Rusty Wyatt, the 17 of Dylan Anderson, the 10 of Terry Rinker. Oh, and here comes, we got a battle between the teammates. The 10 of Terry Rinker looking to get by the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo as they're fighting for 8th and 9th. But it is all about Chris Rinker right now as he's starting to get by some of the slower boats out there on the back straightaway. There's the white flag. Go fast, turn left just a couple more times as he walks it down to the north end of the course. Comes out of turn number 3. Off turn number 3 now, working it off at turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, as he sweeps it wide out of turn number 4, let me hear you put your hands together, taking qualifying heat number 2 out of Spring, Texas, number 52, Chris Rinker. In 2nd position, out of Santa Rosa Valley, California, the number 24 of Spencer Love. And holding on unbelievably out of Houma, Louisiana, in that APX Mercury 4-stroke with Dog Days on the side, number 190 of Dustin Terry. In 4th position, the 13 of Grant Schubert. In 5th position, the 77 of Mike Quindazzi. In 6th position, the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. In 7th, the 17 of Dylan Anderson. In 8th, the number 10 of Terry Rinker. In 9th, the number 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. And then the 59 of Tyler Welch. The 99 of Travis Yates. The 12 of Sean Love. The 95 of Mark Welch. And it looks like a scratch for the 09 of Whitney Terry Fletcher. And the 58 of Jeff Kershano. What a great run that was for the 52 of Chris Rinker. Hopefully we have an opportunity to talk to him again after a great run and a great jump, getting by the 24 of Spencer Love. Here just a few moments ago, take a look at that. And I don't know what happened to the 08 of... Yeah, it looks like there's something, must have been something wrong with the transponder on the 08 of Jeremiah Mayo as he finished in the top 10, duking it out with his teammate Terry Rinker. But boy, who would have thought Terry Rinker couldn't even make up 3 or 4 positions that entire qualifying heat. That's what happens when you get on these big bodies and this rough water here at Lake of the Ozarks. But you know what? We'll be back with more from Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest coming up right after this.
Dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Millstone RV Resort and Marina. RV enthusiast Millstone is now leasing annual RV spaces, and they still have a limited number of wet slips and boats located for the 2023 season.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. DRIPS LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
Looks like we're getting them all down to the one end of the course. Let's take a look at our reverse order starting lineup here in Texas Tri-Hall. Again, we go worst to first, first to worst here in the second of 2 qualifying heats in Texas Tri-Hall. So the man who struggled in qualifying heat number 1, going dead in the water after about a half a lap, is going to be on the inside of row 1 in that JH Performance machine with the number 26 on the side, that bright red Texas Tri-Hall, Mr. Bryson Sherman. Outside of row 1, the number 10 of Scary Jerry Rinker. Inside of row 2 in that John Deere green and yellow Texas Tri-Hall out of Texas City, Texas, the number 33 of John Ottinger. On the outside of row 2, they call him Mullet, the number 69 out of Rosenberg, Texas, Cole Waring. On the inside of row 3, out of Richmond, Texas, running for Mercury Racing. Running that Mercury 4-stroke. On the back of that Texas Tri-Hull, the number 85 of Clint Dillard. On the outside of row 6, out of White Wright, Texas, running for BW Customs and Automotive, number 63, Aaron Green. On the inside of row 4, running for Roswell Marine Audio, out of Houston, Texas, number 37, Mason Rinker. On the outside of row 4, his brother, and the running for McLean Trailers, out of Spring, Texas, the 52 of Tanner Rinker. And on the inside of row 5, after narrowly missing out on a victory in qualifying heat number 1, out of Hemlock, Michigan, running for Riversong Lodge, B-Blades, Grandpa's Garden, Sefton Financial, Maple Grill, Studio 46, and Ward Brothers Farm, the dude, number 17, Neil Marsh. And on the outside of row 5, your winner from qualifying heat number 1, out of Richmond, Texas, running for JH Performance Boats and Hertz Audio, number 13, Grant Schubert. All right, we're waiting for the last couple of boats. Let's see how many we got out there. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? No, I'm kidding. It looks like we're waiting for a few more of these Texas Tri-Hulls to make it out of the marina in between Shady Gators and Camden on the lake. Look at the crowd at Shady Gators and Lazy Gators. This place is absolutely packed. Look at the crowds there at Lazy Gators. We are absolutely just packed, wall-to-wall people on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. And it looks like we've got the Tri-Hulls lined up and ready to rock and roll. Looks like we might be missing a few. I don't see the 26 of Bryson Sherman. I only see 7 boats. Where's the 17 of Neil Marsh? 26, oh, it looks like the 26 of Bryson Sherman is a scratch. All right, looks like we've got the drivers ready to go here, and it looks like the man joining me with a win in qualifying heat number 2 is going to also get to chat with me about the Texas Tri-Hulls as they go spinning up. But boy, Chris, what a run that was there in qualifying heat number 2, man. Once you got by the 24 Spencer Love, you just were strolling out here on Lake of the Ozarks.
Man, I tell you what, that boat is running like a champ. We've worked really hard to get everything going the way it's going. We hoped to qualify a little better than we did, but we made a few little adjustments and it seemed to pay off. I got an amazing team. Got to thank my sponsors, Sylvan Pontoons. They're the best. Roswell Marine and McLean Trailers and all the rest. Come on, Tri-Hulls. Let's see this.
All right, yeah, talking about Tri-Hulls, that's where you cut your teeth here on the Formula 1 Powerboat Championship Series in the Texas Tri-Hull class. But talk to me, what's weird was none of the guys that did well in heat number 1 could do anything there in heat 2. I mean, Terry Rinker finished 9th. What do you think's cause for that?
Well, I mean, it's a very good crowd. I mean, crowd of boats, and I'm telling you, everybody's tough. It was tough for me to try to get around, you know,
the 95 of Welch,
and Grant Schubert in the qualifiers. So I mean, he's a good driver, and everybody back there is running real even. So it's hard to get by anybody.
For sure. It's going to make it tricky, and the water gets rough. But look, we got the Texas Tri-Hulls out there, and you talk about rough, man. What kind of skills did you pick up as a Texas Tri-Hull driver that's been able to translate to Formula 1 as you get into the bigger boat with a little bit more speed?
No fear.
No fear. There we go. No fear, baby. Right on. And it looks like the 33 of John Ottinger, we underway here in qualifying heat number 2, is on the inside, duking it out with the 17 of Neil Marsh. And right behind them is the 37 of Mason Rinker.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you, it looks like
going to be good.
That water has been brutal.
Oh,
look at there.
this is going to be great right here.
Absolutely. They go 3 wide down the front stretch. In the middle, it's that John Deere green and yellow 33 of John Ottinger. On the inside, the 37 of Mason Rinker. On the outside, it's 17 of Neil Marsh. And Mason looks to douse down the 17 of Neil Marsh, but Neil stays wide off his outside hip. And it looks to try to track down the 33 of John Ottinger. Well, hey, we'll let you get back, Chris, and watch your sons ripping around here in Tri-Hull. Congratulations in qualifying heat number 2, and good luck in the final.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, that was the winner from qualifying heat number 2. Oh, look out there. John Ottinger almost blows it over down the front straightaway, going deck to deck with the 17 of Neil Marsh, and he uses that to his advantage. The 17 of Marsh now makes his way out in front, and we've got a new leader here in qualifying heat number 2 in Texas Tri-Hull, as the 17 of Neil Marsh gets wide to the outside and gets by the 33 of John Ottinger. And Ottinger is all over the place. Look at the 17 of Neil Marsh, that 3-way battle between him, the 33 of John Ottinger, and the 37 of Mason Rinker as they go down to the Camden on the lake end of the lake. What a great move there by the 37 of Mason Rinker. Goes down tight to the inside. Can he get by the 33 of Ottinger? He's got to get by him quick if he wants to try to chase down the 17 of Neil Marsh, who's really starting to open up a lead. The 37 of Mason Rinker gets down to the inside. Nice, and he clears them and gets by the 33 of John Ottinger and up into second. And Ottinger's got to figure something out because that boat is bouncing all over the shore water here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. It's the second of 2 qualifying heats here in the Texas Tri-Hull class. 17 of Marsh out in front. Starting to pull away from the 37 of Mason Rinker. If Rinker can find some clean water, he might be able to stay with the 17 of Marsh and give him a run for his money. There's the 52 of Tanner Rinker, who's sitting in 4th position. Can he catch up to the 33 of John Ottinger? But boy, the 37 of Mason Rinker is really starting to close the gap. There's the 13 of Grant Schubert, our winner from qualifying heat number 1. He's doing battle with Tanner Rinker for 4th position as they are going down the back straightaway. It looks like the 52 of Tanner Rinker has an answer every time the 13 of Grant Schubert makes a move. Now Schubert tucks it down to the inside, but Mason, good job there by Tanner Rinker as he stays wide and then cuts down inside, forcing the 13 of Grant Schubert to go over the wake of the 52 machine, and that is going to make him so much slower and make it so much tougher for him to pass. And we continuing the battle here for 1st and 2nd. The 37 of Mason Rinker is hanging tough with the 17 of Neil Marsh, the defending champion in Texas Tri-Hull from 2022. Looking to do it again in 23. He's the points leader coming into round number 3 with 604 points over the 10 of Jerry Rinker, who's got 500 points, who's a 104-point lead over the field. And it looks like that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The 17 of Neil Marsh taking the checkered flag here in qualifying heat number 2, followed by the number 37 of Mason Rinker and the 33 of John Ottinger, rounding out the podium here in qualifying heat number 2. Looks like we lost the 85 of Clint Dillard. The 63 of Aaron Green didn't make qualifying heat number 2. Lake of the Ozarks is chewing up these boats and spitting them out as fast as it can as this big body of water gets rough as the wind picks up here into late afternoon on this beautiful Saturday at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest right here in front of Shady Gators and Camden on the lake. What a great run there by Neil Marsh. We'll always get a chance to chat with the dude. He loves talking to me because when he's talking to me, that means he won another qualifying heat or a main event. He's got to be stoked with a 2nd and a 1st. He's definitely going to start on the inside of row 1 for our main event later on this afternoon in Texas Tri-Hull. All right, we're going to bring our Texas Tri-Hulls up. We're going to have our next class. All right, well, that's going to conclude qualifying for Formula One and for Texas Tri-Hull here on the Formula One Powerboat Championships portion of the LOTO Powerfest. Coming up next, we're going to see some more of our offshore racing here. We've got the likes of the factory stock and the Super Cat classes out here to rip around on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks. More from Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest coming up right after this.
VP Racing Fuels has been the official fuel of racing for over 45 years. But VP isn't just race fuels. VP offers a wide range of oils, additives, and our new Stay Frosty coolants to help keep your street car, tow vehicle, or weekend warrior running at its best. VP products are engineered to keep your vehicle running smooth and looking great for your daily commute. With our octane boosters, fuel treatments, and quick detailing products. Explore VP's full product line at vpracingfuels.com.
Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show.
The convenience of it is what makes it awesome. Use the boat twice as much.
I've had these touchless covers for about 3 years now. I have them on all 3 boats here on the dock.
We don't have to constantly clean spiders off of our boats.
I'm able to come out by myself, raise them up, put them back down. They've made all the difference for me.
All right, let's take a look at our starting lineup here for the main event in the Formula One class here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. On the pole, inside of row 1, running for Sylvan Pontoons out of Spring, Texas, the number 52 of Chris Rinker. Coming second off the start pontoon, outside of row 1, out of Innisfil, Ontario, Canada, running for Jones Marine Design, Wicked Willys, Days Inn, and PTR Engines, as well as Crystal Clear Wiper Blades, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. On the inside of row 2, your defending Lake of the Ozarks race champion, out of Tampa, Florida, running for Phase 3 Performance, the number 10 of Terry Rinker. On the outside of row 2, out of Santa Rosa Valley, California, running for Clover Construction, the number 24 of Spencer Love. On the inside of row 3, running for Anderson Marine out of Nashville, Tennessee, your points leader so far in 2023, the number 17 of Dylan Anderson. On the inside of row 3, on the outside of row 3, out of Richmond, Texas, running for Backwater Jacks, number 13, Grant Schubert. On the inside of row 4, out of Houma, Louisiana, running for Dog Days Bar and Grill and Ameristar Roofing, the number 190, the Dustman, Dustin Terry. On the outside of row 4, the other half of the Phase 3 Performance team, out of Richmond, Texas, the number 8 of Jeremiah, Get Out of My Way, Mayo. On the inside of row 5, out of Tampa, Florida, running for the Buckshot Cleaver, number 77, Mike Guindazzi. On the outside of row 5, running for JH Performance Boats and Snap-on Tools, number 99, Travis Yates. On the inside of row 6, out of Wayzata, Minnesota, running for Ozark Touchless Covers, number 59, Tyler Welch. On the outside of row 6, the other half of the Clover Construction Racing team, running for the All-State Kuhn Agency and Clover Construction out of Moore Park, California, Sean Love. On the inside of row 7, the other half of the Welch Racing team, running for Big Bags USA out of Wayzata, Minnesota, number 95, Mark Welch on the outside of row 7. Running for Pro Serve. And Craftsman out of Thibodaux, Louisiana. Number 09, Whitney, Terry, Fletcher. And rounding out the field here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest out of Elk River, Minnesota. Running for Dog Days and Pilot Racing, the number 58 of Jeff Dorhauer. That's what our field looks like here in the Formula One final. Who's going to be your winner? Will the 17 of Dylan Anderson figure it out here in the main event and build on his lead after a win in round 1 here at LOTO Powerfest? Or will it be one of the other talented drivers here in the Formula One class? Let's take a look at our standings through the opening round. After a win in the opening round with 300 points, the 17 of Dylan Anderson, the man sitting on the pole here in round 2 here at Lake of the Ozarks, sits in second place in points, 29 points behind our leader, the 52 of Chris Rinker, sitting second in the season standings. In third in the overall season standings with 265 points, 6 points behind our second place boat is the 10 of Terry Rinker. Can he break out and get on top of that point standing here after round 2? In fourth in the season standings with 244 points. 56 points behind our leader, Dylan Anderson. In fourth, the number 24 of Spencer Love. In fifth position, unable to make it here this weekend, the number 93 of RJ West. He's going to drop back considerably here after round 2. In sixth with 228 points, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. In seventh with 205 points, the 190 of Dustin Terry. In eighth, also unable to make it here to Lake of the Ozarks, the number 71 of Jimmy Kerr with 204 points. So that's top 8 drivers separated by 96 points. The top 8 drivers in the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series are separated by 96 points. That's a tight battle so far after round 1. And rounding out the top 10 in our season point standings, again, not able to make it here with 187 points, the 9 of Johnny Fleming. And in 10th with 172 points after a big wreck in round 1, unable to race here in round 2, the 62 of Chris Fairchild. Looks like we've got most of the boats out on the water, just waiting for the last couple to get ready to roll here for our Formula One main event here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest. All right, looks, you can see some of the drivers there. They got the lids open, trying to get that breeze to pump some air down into that cockpit. These carbon fiber Formula One tunnel hulls can get extremely hot sitting out on the water with that sun beating on them here as we're getting ready to line them up, go 2x2 rolling start, and crown a champion here at the LOTO Powerfest. All right, we're getting them down the back straightaway. There goes our top 2 drivers, the 52 of Chris Rinker and the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, who start on the inside and outside of row 1. And then on the inside and outside of row 2, the 10 of Terry Rinker and the 24 of Spencer Love. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're on the backstretch, and they don't take very long to get organized. What's going to happen here? Who's going to get that all-imperative jump when they drop that green flag and go racing? All right, we've got them lined up down to the far end of the course. Outside of turns 3 and 4. taking a big wide loop. Make sure they get all lined up side by side here on the rough and tumble big water to Lake of the Ozarks. Let's crown a champion here for LOTO Powerfest in 2023. They're going to bring them way down to the far end of the course. And again, once they get them back, you're going to see that jet ski peel off the race course. Once that jet ski peels off the race course for you, those of you here at Shady Gators and Camden, you'll see that green flag out on the dock there on the point. You're going to see that green flag drop, and we're going to go under racing action and crown a champion here in Formula One. Nice overhead shot there of all lined up. Look at that perfect 2x2. Looks like that's row 3. That's the 17 of Dylan Anderson. Getting a little wide there. He's got to tuck himself in. He knows if he goes too wide, he's going to get penalized. And if you get penalized before the race even starts, that makes it really hard to win a race. The jet ski pulls off. Wait for the green flag. He drops the green flag, and we're underway. What a great jump there by the 94 Rusty Wyatt. Can he overtake the 52 of Chris Rinker as they go down the south end of the course? He's got to leave him a lane. Oh, the 52 of Chris Rinker gets absolutely chopped by the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. And we got a new leader coming from outside of row 1. The man from Innisfil, Ontario, Canada. Running for days in, crystal clear wiper blades. Out in front, and your leader, can he go wire to wire? It's been a constant theme all day. But the 52 of Chris Rinker has got to be absolutely furious. He didn't get the best start, and he got chopped hard by the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. Now he's sitting back in third position with the 24. No, that's the 10 of Terry Rinker sitting up in second. So the 10 of Rinker in that catbird seat in the same exact spot he was 2 years ago, the first time we ever raced on Lake of the Ozarks. Look at that battle there. The 77 of Quindazi, nice job there. He's sitting in fourth position. Can Quindazi get himself on the podium? There's the 13 of Schubert slugging it out with the 24 of Love. Then there's the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo, the other half of the Phase 3 performance team, sitting back in sixth position. But right now it is all about the young man from Ontario, Canada. Can the LOTO Powerfest Championship head north of the border to Ontario? This young man has worked so hard to dial that Moore Hall in, and he had an absolute lightning quick jump off the dock. Running for Wicked Willie's here locally, as well as crystal clear wiper blades. Jones Marine Design, PTR engine, and the Days Inn has got a nice lead over the 10 of Terry Rinker, but Rinker better watch out because he's getting caught by the 52 of Chris Rinker and the 77 of Mike Quindazi. Look at Quindazi getting it figured out here and trying to put it all together. Maybe, just maybe, he'll end up on the podium at the end of this 18 minutes plus 1 lap main event. There's the 8 of Mayo now trying to get by the 24 of Spencer Love. Oh, look out there, Jeremiah. He gets a little squirrely coming out of turn number 4 as he goes down the front stretch. He's now up into 5th position as we got a couple of Phase 3 performance teams trying to take that season championship and gather valuable points here in round 2 in 2023. There's the 8 of Mayo continuing to push hard. Right now it is all about Rusty Wyatt and the fact that can the 10 of Terry Rinker catch him. There's our leader, the 94 Rusty Wyatt. There's the second place, the 10 of Terry Rinker. In third, the 52 of Chris Rinker. In fourth, the 77 of Mike Quindazi. In fifth, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. Then it's the 24 of Spencer Love. As these guys are all stacked up on top of one another and pushing hard. As our leader, the 94 Rusty Wyatt's going to start catching some of those back markers, and that's going to make this real interesting. As 24 of Spencer Love has had some troubles here with top-end speed on Lake of the Ozarks. As they continue to push hard down the backstretch. There's the 95 of Mark Welch, really struggling. There's our leader, the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. Then it's the 10 of Terry Rinker getting by the 09. And look at there, the 52 of Chris Rinker, the 77 of Quindazi are just all over each other fighting for the final spot on the podium. The 52 of Chris Rinker is able to get by the 9 of Wendy Terry Fletcher. Then the 77 of Quindazi's got to hammer it down in the turn to stay tight to the inside, but he does a great job of getting out of the corner. Can he catch the 52 of Chris Rinker? Because Rinker's opened up about a 6-boat length lead. They were all over each other just a lap ago. They continue to push hard. Oh, look out there. The Terry Rinker almost lost it down in between turns 3 and 4 as he is pushing it to the limit, trying to catch our leader, the 94, Rusty Wyatt. There's a 52 McLean Trailers Sylvan Pontoons machine of Chris Rinker as he is absolutely pushing it as hard as he can to try to make up the ground after getting the door chopped off down in the opening lap after not getting the best start off the drop of the flag here in the main event. As our leader, the 94, Rusty Wyatt, comes off at turn 4. There's a nice move. There's a nice view of the 59, or is that the 58? That's the 59 of Tyler Welch running in that Ozark touchless cover machine, trying to track down the 99 JH Performance Snap-on Tools of Travis Yates as they fight to stay inside the top 10. Yates all over the place, just making it very difficult for the 59 of Welch. The guy not having a difficult time at all right now is the 94 Rusty Wyatt out in front. He's got a bit of a lead there, like 3-second lead over the 10 of Terry Rinker. And then look at the 52 of Chris Rinker, who is all over his family member, just a second and a half behind him. The 94 of Rusty Wyatt trying to keep calm, cool, and collected. I know what happened to the 13 of Grant Schubert, but he is running very slow on the outside of the course. He is way down there and really struggling, which is surprising. Oh no, look out, Dylan Anderson blows over down the front straightaway. The 17 Anderson Marine Machine is another victim of Lake of the Ozarks here for the second year in a row. He's out of the boat. Looks like he's okay. The safety systems did their thing. You see that orange airbag that lifts the boat upright and gets it out of the water. Unfortunate that the wind was blowing and he was pushing it to the limit. He was sitting back in 7th position, really struggling. And he was trying to find a way to move up a couple of spots after a great win in round 1. And it's all for naught once again for the young driver out of Nashville, Tennessee. He blew that thing sky high coming down the front straightaway. But thankfully for the young driver from Tennessee, he's okay. They got the boat already upright and they're already bringing the boat back to shore. They've got the driver on the rescue boat. They're going to make sure that check him out with EMTs and safety crews to make sure he's okay. But how impressive is this? He blew over 25 seconds ago. He blew over 25 seconds ago, and we already have the driver in the safety spot. He's with the safety crew, and the boat's already getting towed off the course. What a great job by the sport rescue crew. And look at that thing. All the safety features did their jobs. The carbon fiber safety cell protected the driver. The airbag righted the cockpit out of the water so he was underwater for as little time as humanly possible. And the safety crews got the destroyed boat and the driver off the course into safety as quickly as they possibly could. That is exactly how it's supposed to go. But let's take a look in maybe a bit more detail on how badly damaged that Anderson Marine Machine is. Look at the front end is just completely gone on that Anderson Marine Hoffman Composite F1. It's a good thing we've got a big break before our next race that's going to allow the 17 of Dylan Anderson to get that thing up. There's the 17. Notice the whole front pickle forks are all busted up. Our great rescue guys at Sport Rescue making sure they get that boat in, get it on the trailer so they can get it dried out. Unfortunately, the day is done for the 17 of Dylan Anderson, but you know who absolutely hates this? The 94 of Rusty Wyatt. It's really hard to get an unbelievable start once. To do it twice is dang near impossible. And the 10 of Terry Rinker is going to be on the outside of row 1, absolutely licking his chops. I know that his crew chief and his race team is telling him, this is it, Terry. this is your chance to go back-to-back, man. You got the outside of row 1. We've got 7 minutes plus 1 lap remaining in our main event. And you've got the best opportunity you could have to take this checker flag. All right, well, while we get that boat off the water, make sure all the debris is cleared up. More from Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest coming up right after this.
There's a certain magic here, one that can't be found anywhere else. You don't have to look all that hard to find it. It's on the flag-lined streets, in the packed pubs on game day, on the worn-down birds on bats, on cars, and on windows. It's in every memory, every celebration. Yeah, there's magic here in Cardinals Nation. Can you feel it?
Sign up for Cardinals checking with Central Bank and get a 2013 League Champions jersey and 2 game tickets. See bank for details.
Millstone RV Resort and Marina. Are you ready for the ultimate marina and RV resort experience? Look no further than Millstone RV Resort and Marina, Lake of the Ozarks' premier destination for boaters and RV enthusiasts. Millstone is now leasing annual RV spaces, and they still have a limited number of wet slips for boats and wave runners for the 2023 season.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. Drips LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
There's only one place to catch all the best action in sports. Wicked Willie's Sports Grill. With 31 TVs, 3 projection screens, and an all-new virtual golf lounge and shooting range simulator, there's no sports bar quite like Wicked Willie's. Come in and enjoy watching your favorite game at the bar, or getting cozy in our lounge seating while you dine on some award-winning Wicked Wings. Our dining room is open daily. Wicked Willie's and LOZ Golf. It's wicked good.
The great outdoors of the Lake of the Ozarks is waiting. Pack up the golf clubs and the family and head to Central Missouri's 54,000-acre playground, where the endless activities will please even the youngest getaway critic. Golfing, boating, shopping, and a lot more family fun await at funlake.com.
Excel Sports, official apparel provider of the Formula 1 Powerboat Championship Series. Your passion drives us to excel. Seaway Marine. Seaway operates out of a 62,000 square foot warehouse that is packed with current OEM parts, aftermarket parts, and vintage, hard to find parts. They ship over 100,000 packages all over the U.S. every year. If you're looking for a tough boat park to find, check them out at seawaymarine.com. Backwater Jacks, open 11 a.m. daily, specials every day throughout the week, live music Wednesday through Sunday. Tonight, they've got the Kirk Brown Blues Band over at Backwater Jacks. Marine Max, offering the finest brands. Marine Max will help you find the boat that's right for you. All right, we're ready to roll. Here as they drop the flag on our main event here in Texas Tri-Hall with our leader, the 17, Anil Marsh, on the pole. He's out in front. The 37 of Mason Rinker getting a great jump there as he's going to do battle with the 13 of Grant Schubert as they go down into turn number 1. The 13 of Schubert hanging on, but I don't know if anybody's going to have an answer for the dude, the 17 of Neil Marsh, who's looking to win round 2 and round 3 if he can bring home the championship trophy and put a stranglehold on the season point standings here in the Texas Tri-Hull division of the Formula 1 Powerboat Championship season. He came in with a 104-point lead over Jerry Rinker, and Jerry's sitting back in 7th position. Oh, looks like no, that's the 10 of Jerry Rinker's not even out there. That's a 69 of Cole Mullet Waring. We've only got 7 boats running. Boy, Lake of the Ozarks has been absolutely brutal to the Texas Tri-Hull class. As our leader, the 17, Anil Marsh, looks to open up a big lead over the rest of the class as they slug it out. Behind him, the 37 of Mason Rinker and the 13 of Grant Schubert. Here's a move by the 37 of Mason Rinker. He's on the outside. They're almost touching. Nose to tail going down the front stretch into turn number 1. The 37 of Mason Rinker now goes from the outside to the inside. Does he have enough top end speed to get by the 13 of Grant Schubert, who sits in second? Now, so second and third is the battle. Fourth is the 52 of Tanner Rinker. Then it's the 33 of John Ottinger, the 85 of Clint Dillard, and the 69 of Cole Mullet Waring. But our leader, the 17 of Neil Marsh, has got it absolutely dialed in, and he is cruising. Way out in front right now, trying to get ahead of the rest of the field and put a stranglehold on the season standings here at Texas Tri-Hull. The 37 of Mason Rinker has got a battle going on with the 13 of Grant Schubert. Grant's just driving him all over the race course. Look at this battle we got going on. He's going inside. He's going outside. The 13 of Mason Rinker is doing everything possible. Now they're deck to deck, side by side as they go down into turn number 1. On the inside, it's the 13 of Schubert. He's pushing the 37 of Mason Rinker wide to the outside. The 52 of Tanner Rinker now comes down to the inside. I guarantee you the 37 of Mason Rinker is cussing out the 13 of Grant Schubert in that cockpit right now. He forced him 6-7 lanes wide to the outside because he knew if he didn't, it would have been all over. And now the 37 of Mason Rinker's got to try it once again. He gets airborne coming out of turn number 2 down the front straightaway. We got a battle going on between these two, and it'll probably continue for the remaining laps in this 20-lap main event in Texas Tri-Hull. Who they touch. The 37 of Mason Rinker's got to back it off. Now watch out, here comes the 52 of Tanner Rinker into the mix. We've now got 3 boats fighting for the final 2 spots on the podium. Five laps remain here in this main event in the Texas Tri-Hull class. The 17 of Neil Marsh is way out in front, but the battle is for second, third, and fourth. The 13 of Grant Schubert, after some veteran moves in Tri-Hull, pushing the 37 of Mason Rinker all over the place, is still hanging on to second, but he doesn't have the speed. So the 37 of Mason Rinker makes 1 or 2 good moves, and he could be all over him once again. Does he have enough laps to get back out there? Don't forget, tonight at 9 o'clock, the ultimate Prince tribute band. We're talking, close your eyes and it sounds like Prince and the Revolution. Right here at Shady Gators, 9 o'clock tonight. Buy tickets online. As we got a battle now, here comes the 37 of Rinker. He gets the inside. He makes the move. Can he hang on down the front straightaway as the 37 of Mason Rinker on the inside? The 13 of Grant Schubert wide to the outside as they're banging all over here on the rough and tumble shores of Lake of the Ozarks.
The 13 of Schubert now makes a dive down to the inside, but he loses too much speed. The 37 of Mason Rinker goes screaming right by him. All right, now in second, the 37 of Mason Rinker clears. Will he have enough room to catch the 17 of Neil Marsh? Because that boat is foul. Oh, look out there. The 13 of Schubert gets into the motor of the 37 of Mason Rinker. Gives him a little love tap as they go by. Oh, look out now. The 52 of Tanner Rinker's getting by the 13 of Schubert, who's obviously had something happen with that 13 machine. Something's wrong with the power plant. That Mercury 4-stroke on the back of that 13 machine. He's now all the way back into fourth. Something had to have broke. And we've got 2 Rinkers on the podium, and neither of them are named Jerry Rinker. And that's 4 Rinkers that could end up on the podium on the weekend. That family is synonymous with tunnel boat racing and the Formula 1 Powerboat Championship Series. Our leader, the 17 of Neil Marsh, I've barely talked about him because he's been so far out in front. There he goes. The 17 of Neil Marsh comes out in front as he's walking down the back straightaway. We just got a couple of laps remaining here in this main event. Our leader, the 17 of Neil Marsh, goes down out of turn number 2 on the north end of the course, right in front of Camden on the lake. Going way wide to the outside, trying to keep those RPMs up. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in Texas Tri-Hull, going wire to wire, the 17 of Neil Marsh. And after an unbelievable battle for second, the 37 of Mason Rinker hangs on for second, and the 52 of Tanner Rinker comes home third, and the 13 of Grant Schubert's motor's about to fall off the back of that Tri-Hull, finishes in fourth. What a great run in Texas Tri-Hull. The 17 of Neil Marsh went wire to wire. What a great run for that driver. He's going to bring more hardware back to Hemlock, Michigan. He is your winner. What a great job for they call him the dude, running for B-Blade, Sefton Financial, Riversong Lodge in Alaska, Grandpa's Garden, Maple Grill, Studio 46, and Ward Brothers Farms. He goes back to back and adds a bunch of points to that lead he came here into round 2. Now, saying that, I'll get a chance to chat with him later. But now I get to have a conversation with a young man who's going back to Ontario, a very, very happy man. Rusty, how's it feel, man?
Oh, man, it feels good. We did a lot of preparation for this race here. We came here and never been to LOTO before, so it's a treat just being here, let alone racing here on the Ozark here and coming out with a win, man. Holy crap, I'm excited.
And I know you've been close to tasting a championship win on the F1 PC. And we're not going to get into the details about it. There was 100 yards left on the race course. Got to feel good to finally get back up there, especially that run on the initial start, man. I mean, you hit that thing on the nose. And I can assure you Chris Rinker's probably not the happiest guy in the world, but you beat him to the corner. And, hey, when you get beat to the corner, you're going to get chopped off. That's just the way tunnel boat racing works.
That's what it's all about. You know, my cousin Mark there was up on the dock, and he was getting the green flag for me. He just keyed the mic, and I hit it perfectly. So, yeah, couldn't be happier with it. You know, Chris is a good buddy of mine. I obviously left him lots of room, so we had a good battle out there.
Yeah, now, when you saw the 17 of Dylan Anderson go over, what was going through your head? Because that's probably the worst thing you wanted to see when you were out in front by as far as you were.
Absolutely. It was real tough. You know, Dylan's a good buddy of mine. I was worried for him right away, but he got out, and then I started thinking about this restart that I wanted nothing to do with. I wanted that race to keep going. And I got a little nervous in there, to be honest, and then we made it happen. Terry was hanging back doing a little blocking, I think, on the third place. Chris, I think it was again. And, yeah, it worked out. It worked out. Really happy.
Yeah, and then the 77 of Quindazi came out of nowhere, and if it weren't for exploding his trim ram with the boat trimmed all the way out, you might have had your hands full a little bit more, but once he peeled off, it didn't seem like the 52 of Chris Rinker or the 10 of Terry Rinker had wanted nothing to do with the 94 of Rusty Wyatt.
It was tough. You know, Quindazi on that second heat, he had screaming fast speed, and when I seen him coming up my outside, I was nervous. I know how much speed that boat's got, and he's dialed in. So unfortunate error on trim pump, whatever it was, and it got me.
Hey, that's racing, right? You can't finish first if you don't first finish. You finished first. You ran it like a pro. Congratulations. I know the folks at Days Inn, Crystal Clear Wiper Blades, Wicked Willie's,
Jones Marine Design, all the guys that put your stuff together are all screaming and cheering. I know you got a big crew back in Ontario watching you, wishing they could be here, but got to feel good to bring some hardware back north of the border.
So good, so good. I can't wait to get up on that podium. It's going to be really good to bring that hardware back home. Again,
right on.
Thanks to all those guys that you mentioned there. That without them we wouldn't be here. So.
Well, hey, man. Go celebrate with your team. Congratulations, Rusty. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 LOTO Powerfest champion out of Innisfil, Ontario, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. Welcome back, race fans. Those joining us on Mix 92.7 here to LOTO Powerfest. We had to take a quick break there after a big blowover by the 17 of Dylan Anderson. He blew it sky high coming down the front straightaway, fighting for position with all the other top drivers in here, and that is bad news for the 94 Rusty Wyatt. That young man had probably the best start of his season for sure. He came off like a rocket. He beat the 52 of Chris Rinker to the corner. He shut the door on him, and he ran it wide open. And now he's got to try to do that again, but instead of having a less experienced driver, the 52 of Chris Rinker, now he's got to deal with the 10 of Terry Rinker. But let's take a look at that spectacular blowover by the 17 of Dylan Anderson. He's just walking it down the front straightaway, and there he goes. Boom, he just took off. Look at him skipping across the water. We didn't get the greatest view, but he just took off. And look at him just skip across the top of the water. He barrel rolls. You saw the little flash of orange there. That was that safety airbag that was deployed there. What a rough run for the 17 of Dylan Anderson. I don't know if this young man's going to be coming back to Lake of the Ozarks. He's not a big fan of this lake because every time he comes out here, he ends up with his boat in pieces and he's sitting on the shore before the main event is over. All right, looks like we're getting them lined up 2 by 2, heading down to the south end of the course. Let's take a look at our running order. On the inside of row 1, it's the 94 of Rusty Wyatt. Can he get a great jump again and run that thing to the checkered flag? On the outside of row 1, which makes the 94 of Wyatt scared, is your defending champion here at Lake of the Ozarks, the 10 of Terry Rinker. Inside of row 2, it's the 52 of Chris Rinker. Outside of row 2, it's the 24 of Spencer Love. Then it's the 190 of Dustin Terry, the 99 of Travis Yates, the 59 of Tyler Welch, the 12 of Sean Love, the 13 of Grant Schubert, the 95 of Mark Welch, the 09 of Whitney Fletcher, and the 77 of Mike Quindazzi, and the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo. That's not right. There we go. I mean, what happened to the 77 of Quindazzi? Maybe he got penalized. I don't know. My timing system might be a little goofy. We've been having some technical difficulties with it today. But they got him way down at the far end past the Camden on the lake, and they've got him lined up 2 by 2. And we're about to get underway here for this 5 minutes remaining, plus 1 lap in our Formula One final here at Lake of the Ozarks. Who's going to be your 2023 LOTO Powerfest champion? Can the 94 Rusty Wyatt hang on? Or will the 10 Terry Rinker snatch victory from that catbird seat where he likes to sit? Here we go. Jet Ski Jared looking to pull off the course, waiting for the green flag. He drops the green flag and we're underway. The 77 of Quindazzi gets a great run. Oh, look at him go by the 10 of Terry Rinker. What a great run there by the 77 of Mike Quindazzi. Could this be his race where he ends up on the podium? Can the man from Florida, who pours his heart and soul into tunnel boat racing here in his 5th season in a Formula One boat, finally bring some hardware back to Florida? The 94 of Rusty Wyatt got a great jump there and is still hanging on to that top spot, but Quindazzi has got this thing absolutely strolling. I have never seen this driver this fast in his career. This is his starting point. Look out, Quindazzi! Quindazzi almost blows it over coming down the front straightaway, and then he gets blown by him, and oh no, the trim stuck on the 77 of Quindazzi. He had it, and then it was gone. And the 52 of Chris Rinker is now up in second. The 10 of Terry Rinker is really struggling. The 8 of Jeremiah Mayo's moved up to 4th. They're all over the place here. The 24 of Spencer Love started in 4th. Now he's in 5th. These guys are all over the place. And so unfortunate by the 77 of Quindazzi because, man, he could have caught the 94 of Wyatt, possibly. He was absolutely strolling, and he almost blew it over. Trim stuck out, and the race day is over for the 77 of Quindazzi. But can the 52 of Chris Rinker catch our leader, the 94 of Rusty Wyatt? You know he so badly wants to do after that opening lap and getting shuffled back down to 4th or 5th on the opening start of this main event here in the Formula One class. All right, let's take a look at our leaders now. There's the 8-10 of Terry Rinker. He's in 3rd. He's got to go through the wake of the 52 of Chris Rinker. Now he's on his outside hip. Now Chris Rinker pushes him even further wide to the outside, forcing him to go way long around the course. 77 of Quindazzi just trying to stay out of everybody's way. You can see that motor just tilted all the way out, stuck completely in the out position, making it almost impossible with any speed without blowing it over. But right now, the 10 of Terry Rinker, after a brutal start, very uncharacteristically so, by the 10 of Terry Rinker, the 52 of Chris Rinker was able to finally get a better start than he did in the opener, and now finds himself in 2nd, trying to track down the young man running for Wicked Willie's. Days in. It looks like, oh no, the 58 of Jeff Cristiano's pulled off the race course. His day looks like it's over. That's unfortunate. And the 10 of Terry Rinker in 3rd, the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo in 4th. We got teammates battling for the final spot on the podium. Can our leader hang on here for 2 minutes and 41 seconds plus 1 lap? Or will the 52 of Chris Rinker get the points he needs to move up into 1st place in the season series standings here after 2 rounds? The 94 of Wyatt gets by the 77 of Quindazzi, who continues to have that motor stuck in the out position. There goes Wyatt down into turn 1, now off turn 1, now cugging it tight off turn 2, forcing the 52 of Chris Rinker to go wide way around the race course. That's going to make it very difficult for him here with just a couple of minutes plus 1 lap remaining. This is going to be a big win for this young man, who'd be very, very excited to bring some LOTO Powerfest Championship trophy back home to Innisfil, Ontario. Team owner Mark Major, former Formula One driver himself, would be very proud as well, as he looks to bring the next generation of their family into the fold in Formula One powerboat racing. There he goes. Great job getting by the back markers, the 95 of Mark Welch and the 09 of Whitney Terry Fletcher, as they move wide to the outside and let these two boats slug it out here in this final minute plus 1 lap in this main event. There goes the 94 of Wyatt. Nice job there, forcing the 52 of Chris Rinker in the wash. Look at that. Rinker's got to go through the wash. That makes it so hard for him to gain any ground on the 94 of Wyatt. Wyatt's getting a little squirrely coming down the front straightaway. He's got to make sure he doesn't overdrive this boat here in this final few minutes, as this 52 of Chris Rinker continues to creep up closer on his back. Wicked Willie's on the side. Crystal clear wiper blades. The 94 of Rusty Wyatt pushing hard down the back stretch. His team, hey man, telling him, hey man, take it easy. Don't do anything stupid. He's behind you. This water's rough. It's very hard to pass. Do not allow you to be your own worst enemy. Nice set there out of turn number 4 in lane 2. There's the white flag is out. Go fast. Turn left. Just 4 more times for the young man out of Innisfil, Ontario, Canada. Will he take home his first victory here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series? He was so close a few years ago in Springfield, Ohio, when he ran out of gas on the final lap. Heck, on the final 100 yards of the final lap. As he goes down the back straightaway, we follow overhead. Staying out of the way, there's the 77 of Mike Quindazzi, who's got that busted trim. The 94 of Wyatt comes in through turn 3. Off turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you scream loud and put your hands together. Your Formula One champion in LOTO Powerfest in 2023, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. In 2nd, the number 52 of Chris Rinker, and in 3rd, the 10 of Terry Rinker, followed by the 8 of Jeremiah Mayo, the 24 of Spencer Love, the 190 of Dustin Terry, the 95 of the 190 of Dustin Terry, the 12 of Sean Love, the 99 of Travis Yates,
the 59 of Tyler Welch, the 95 of Mark Welch, the 09 of Whitney Terry Fletcher, the 17 of Dylan Anderson, the 13 of Grant Schubert, the 77 of Mike Quindazzi, and the 58 of Jeff Cristiano, who had an absolutely brutal day here on the shores of Lake of the Ozarks, as he was unable to even complete a lap here in this Formula One event. But what a great run by the 94 of Rusty Wyatt, as he was absolutely dialed in today. The young man from Innisfil, Ontario, going to collect his checkered flag, get handed off, and he's going to make a lap here. So I want to make sure everybody, if you're on the water there, listen on Mix 92.7, or if you're here at Camden on the Lake, or Wicked Willie's, or Shady Gators here hanging out with me, make sure when he gets around, you give him a big round of applause, because this young man has worked diligently to make that a possibility. There's brother Ray Wyatt and his crew chief. Take the lid off, shake a hand, grab a checkered flag, and here he goes for his victory lap here on Lake of the Ozarks. He deserves it. He worked his butt off. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you one more time. Put your hands together. Your champion at LOTO Powerfest in 2023, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. What a great run by this young man. He's going to go and rip around all these pleasure boats, make sure they get a great up front and up close view of what it's like to see a champion powerboat driver celebrate after all his hard work. What a great run by the 94 Rusty Wyatt. Man, couldn't be happier for that kid. He has busted his butt. He's had some close calls where he was so close he could taste it, and it just fell apart for him at the last second. And now he's finally able to bring home a championship trophy from a Formula One Powerboat Championship Series event, and he needed the points, ladies and gentlemen. He needed them big time. Coming in, he had 164 points, sitting in 12th. He's got a lot more than that. He's not going to be number one. I think you're going to see the 52 of Chris Rinker move up to the top spot in the standings for the season. And then the 10 of Terry Rinker is going to move up to second. You'll probably see the 24 of Spencer Love move up to third. And you'll probably see Dylan Anderson shuffle back to fourth or fifth on the season series standings. But what a great run for the 94 Rusty Wyatt. Before our summer break, we've got a bit of a break here. No races in July. And then we come back in August. We've got an exhibition race being put on by Mercury Racing in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. But we've also got round 3 just north of Denver, Colorado. Round 4, Labor Day weekend in Grove, Oklahoma. And we wrap up our season in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, the last weekend of October. So don't go anywhere. More from Lake of the Ozarks Powerfest coming up right after this.
There's only one place to catch all the best action in sports. Wicked Willie's Sports Grill, with 31 TVs, 3 projection screens, and an all-new virtual golf lounge and shooting range simulator. There's no sports bar quite like Wicked Willie's. Come in and enjoy watching your favorite game at the bar, or getting cozy in our lounge seating while you dine on some award-winning Wicked Wings. Our dining room is open daily. Wicked Willie's and LOZ Golf. It's wicked good.
The great outdoors of the Lake of the Ozarks is waiting. Pack up the golf clubs and the family and head to Central Missouri's 54,000-acre playground, where the endless activities will please even the youngest getaway critic. Golfing, boating, shopping, and a lot more family fun await at funlake.com.
Texas Tri-Hall Division.
out of Spring, Texas, running for McLean Trailers, number 52, Tanner Rinker. That's okay. We'll come right here. No worries about it. Hey, Tanner, it's got to feel good, man. You were struggling a little bit out there early on. The 13 of Grant Schubert got a little wild there at the end, and you just stayed in it and kept pushing, and you found yourself on the podium. It's got to feel good to be back on the podium here, especially at Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, it feels phenomenal to be on the podium. I've had a long string of bad luck, so I'm really excited to be up here.
Yeah, now we just got to make sure the next race, that 52 machine's on the other side of the 37, right?
Absolutely. I'm coming for you.
Right on. A little brotherly war. Hey, congratulations, man. You fought hard. You finally got the monkey off your back. You collected some valuable points, and you're bringing some hardware back home to Texas.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher in Texas Tri-Hall, number 52, Tanner Rinker. Well, I told you there was 4 rinkers in 2 classes, and here comes another one. He ran hard with the 13 of Grant Schubert in that final. They were bumping. They were slamming into each other. They were pushing hard, and he kept the hammer down, and he kept into it, and he's bringing a second-place trophy back home to Houston. Running for Roswell Marine Audio, number 37, Mason Rinker. All right, well, Mason, boy, that was a battle out there between you and the 13 of Grant Schubert, wasn't it?
Oh, that was something. He was driving his ass off out there, and it took me a while to get past him, but we got some damage, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he pushed you about lane 9 out there on the south end of the course here down in turn number 1, but you seemed to be determined to get by him come hell or high water. You were going to figure a way to get around him. You did, and so did your brother, but you get one spot up higher on the podium than him here with a second place. Got to feel good to bring some hardware and some very valuable points to that Roswell Marine Audio machine here on the F1 PC Texas Tri-Hall season point standings.
Oh, yeah. Feels good. Glad to be here. Feels good. That's all I can say.
Hey, you know what? You don't got to say more than that. Get up there and enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, taking second place in Texas Tri-Hall, number 37, Mason Rinker. Well, this next driver, we've been doing this a lot here the last couple of seasons. He's your defending series champion. He won round 2 in Port Neches a month ago. He almost made it a clean sweep on the weekend here if it weren't for 15 1/1000ths of a second. He's now got a big lead on the class after 3 rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 LOTO Powerfest Texas Tri-Hall champion, number 17, the Dude, Neil Marsh. Turn around. Right there. Face your adoring fans. Hey, man, we talk a lot, so I'm going to keep this brief so you can get back to enjoying with your family and celebrating tonight.
Talk a lot. I am going to talk.
Fair enough, man. Hey, you ran it wire to wire. You almost made it a clean sweep for the second weekend in a row. Got to feel good to call yourself the 2023 LOTO Powerfest Texas Tri-Hall champion.
This place is amazing, man. I mean, look at it. It's awesome, dude. It was phenomenal. Hold on.
Hey, it's all good, man. Enjoy it. You know what? Hey, here's what we're going to do, buddy. You just get up there and enjoy that. Enjoy this victory. Get back home. Get that boat tuned up. Get it ready to dominate, continue to dominate, and who knows, maybe at the end of the season, you're going to call yourself back-to-back Texas Tri-Hall champions. But for right now, enjoy this win here at the LOTO Powerfest.
Yeah, we're not worried about the back-to-back stuff. That belt is pretty safe in Michigan right now. We all know that. We came down. We got 2 in a row. We won the championship. We won the Nationals. I think they know we're here, dude. We're running this stuff. This Texas Tri-Hall, they might call it the Michigan Tri-Hall series here soon.
Hey, you know what they say? Straight out of Hemlock. Your champion here at LOTO Powerfest in Texas Tri-Hall, number 17, the Dude, Neil Marsh. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, douse 'em. What a
fan favorite Texas Tri-Hull is. They're a bunch of characters. They have a great time on and off the race course, and it's always great to see these guys bring home some well-deserved hardware. They got the champagne, they're enjoying it, and they're going to have a great night here at Lake of the Ozarks because we've got the Ultimate Prince experience starting at 9 o'clock right here at Lazy Gators. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your Texas Tri-Hulls. All right, now on to the bad boys in Formula One. This guy is one of the most consummate professionals I've ever had the opportunity and pleasure to announce in my career. He hails out of Tampa, Florida. He collected some valuable points for Phase 3 performance, moving himself up into second position in the series standings, taking third here at the LOTO Powerfest. Number 10, Mr. Terry Rinker. All right, Terry. Well, we've done this a ton. Normally, I'm talking about you as the last person, but hey, you know, I talked to your team owner, Jim Slack. He said, listen, we want to win races, but it's all about the season championship, and you collected a ton of points. You moved yourself up into second. It was rough out there. Got to feel good to be back on the podium and be in the hunt come after the summer break for the rest of the series championship.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, I can't thank the Phase 3 team enough and all my crew, Jamie Sullivan, Frank Force, and Jim Slack himself for putting me in such a great ride and give us this opportunity to come back and win this championship again. And we got a chance at it. You know, it's three more races at least. So I think we can put it on them. We're just going to keep creeping up, staying on the podium, and we'll get our chance at the top.
There you go, man. Well, hey, congratulations. Got some nice points, got some hardware going back to Florida with you, and we'll see you at the next race after the summer break.
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher in Formula One, number 10, Terry Rinker. Now, I told you there was 4 Rinkers out of 6 podium positions. Well, we've already introduced 3, and here's the 4th one. He fought hard. He maybe didn't end up where he wanted in this race, but he is your new season points leader, taking second here at the LOTO Powerfest out of Spring, Texas, running for Sylvan Pontoons, number 52, Chris, the real deal Rinker. Face that way. All right, Chris. Well, I can imagine starting on the pole, you'd love to have seen that top spot on the podium, but boy, it was a battle out there. There's a ton of phenomenal drivers. But at the end of the day, you are the new season points leader going into the summer break. You got a chance to keep yourself up top there and do what you set out to do when we talked before the season, which was bring home a season championship. Got to feel good to bring more hardware back home. Not only that, you and both your sons get to bring home some hardware. That's got to feel pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that honestly is the most exciting part for me. I mean, down there in the pits after getting second in that final, I watched the boys race, and I mean, I couldn't be more excited about it. I was yelling and screaming and watching them make good turns, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what we taught them, and they actually have followed, and they're doing incredibly well. So I get more excited about that than F1.
Well, you know, as any parent should, right? You always want to see your kids outdo you. They're cheering for you. You're cheering for them. You guys all get to bring some hardware home. Congratulations, sir. You're tops of the point standings through 2 rounds. Let's see if you can keep yourself there after round 3. But for now, enjoy the fact that you're the second place finisher here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest.
Thanks, Thomas. I just want to say I have an amazing family and a great team. Neil Barclay, James Chambers, my dad. I just want to thank them and all our sponsors. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher in Formula One, number 52, Chris, the real deal Rinker. All right, and this young man, I could say a long time coming, and that's an understatement. He has to hop the border and come down from Canada. He's got ice on the lakes till about probably mid-May, so he doesn't really get a whole lot of preseason testing, but they did a ton between round 1 and round 2, and it paid off. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 LOTO Powerfest champion in Formula One, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. this quick because I know you Canadian boys are going to party hard tonight because this has been a long time coming. How does it feel to bring home that first place hardware trophy from LOTO Powerfest here back to Canada?
Unbelievable. This whole spot is unbelievable. When we showed up here Friday, we had a whole lot of fun throughout that afternoon, just enjoying the place, and what an event they put on around here. Just so happy to get the win.
Yeah, you got the win, and now you got yourself back in the conversation for the season points chase. I know you had a bit of a disappointment in Port Neches, but it's got to feel really good to rebound the way you have here with the top spot on the podium.
Yeah, we were pretty tough about that whole Texas deal. You know, we went home and we did a lot of testing and a lot of changes and put our heads to it and wanted to come back here and show this kind of deal, right? So we're just happy, really happy with the people I got around me and all this to make it happen. Crystal Clear, JMD, Days In putting us out this weekend. It's just a really, really good finish.
Right on, man. Well, hey, we're going to keep this brief. You go up there, enjoy yourself, and enjoy the weekend. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion in Formula One, number 94, Rusty Wyatt. Ladies and gentlemen, the Formula One class, Dowsome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody here at Lazy Gators and Shady Gators and wherever you're watching from all across the world, on behalf of everybody on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series, all the amazing volunteers here at the 2023 LOTO Powerfest, I want to say on behalf of me and everybody here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series, thank you, get home safe, God bless, good night, and we'll see you in Colorado.